Hey everyone, and welcome back to another ProGuides Wild Rift video. My name is Nathaning, and today we'll be going over 50 of our favorite facts about Wild Rift. There's a lot of stuff packed in here, from champion tips and gameplay to lore about the world of Runeterra. So let's go ahead and just get started with the list. Number 1. Most abilities don't affect turrets, and if they do, it's pointed out in their ability description. Number 2. You can buy items while you're dead. There's no need to wait until you respawn to pick up whatever you need. Number 3. If you're struggling to figure out how to close out the game, slaying Baron is the best way to get a huge sieging advantage for your team. You'll also have empowered minions, better stats, faster recalls, and a lot of gold to spend on items. Just try not to get caught doing it, since Baron lowers your stats and slows you. Number 4. Originally, Amumu was designed as a human child who was mummified and cursed. Riot thought that was a bit dark, so they decided to turn him into a Yordle instead. That's just extremely lonely. Number 5. Tristana, one of the Yordles that recently joined Wild Rift, runs around Runeterra causing mayhem with her cannon, Boomer. Number 6. Some of the champions are related to each other. Lux and Garen are siblings in Demacia, while Draven and Darius are known as the blood brothers of Noxus. My guess is that we'll see Kayle and Morgana soon, since they're two of the oldest champions in League. Number 7. Nasus is based on the Egyptian god Anubis. His brother, Renekton, is based on Sobek. I hope I said that correctly, and he hasn't showed up in Wild Rift yet. These two come from Shurima, a vast desert biome with an eerie connection to the void. Number 8. If you spell out Jin without lifting your finger on your phone's touchpad, the letters actually make the number 4. Number 9. Janna is the only champion that can shield turrets. You can make use of this to keep your turrets alive longer and even empower the auto attacks, since you increase the AD of anything that you shield. Number 10. The capital city of the Noxian Empire, where Darius and Draven are from, was founded around the Immortal Bastion. The Bastion is a citadel of the dreaded Revenant who terrorized Valorant for centuries. Number 11. There's a lot of small detail put into the map design of Wild Rift. Try to find the little frog and the fireflies that are scattered around the river. You can even see Gromp transform from his tiny self every time that he spawns. Okay, before we go too far into our list, our question of the day is, what's the next champion that you want to see get a skin? I'm really looking forward to some winter skins that are in the league right now. Let us know in the comments down below. Number 12. Coming back to our list, some champions have some abilities that can cancel channels. These abilities are considered hard CC, which includes displacements and stuns. For example, Draven's 3 ability knocks enemies aside, canceling any abilities that they have been channeling, such as Varus's 1 ability. Number 13. When you're about to hit level 5, you can hide out of vision and surprise your opponents. This works especially well if you're playing somebody with a powerful ultimate like Varus and Ashe. Number 14. Killing a ward gives you a little bit of experience and gold. It's not as much as a minion, but it adds up over time. Number 15. In the Runeterra universe, Master Yi is Wukong's teacher, training him in the Wuju style. They haven't spoken in a while, even though Wukong is considered Yi's strongest student. Number 16. When Fizz uses his ultimate ability to chum the waters, he marks you with the fish, signaling for his shark companion Chomper to attack. Fizz has a bunch of ocean buddies, and he's one of the few aquatic Yordles in the Runeterra universe. Number 17. Did you know that the popular KDA skin line is a real band? Riot collaborated with a bunch of well-known artists like Twice and Madison Beer, making an album that represents the in-game KDA champions. Number 18. As seen in the newest cinematic, Twisted Fate and Graves have a lot of history with each other. They're rivals, but they also work together if there's money on the line. If you're not strong or witty like them, you'll never survive in Bilgewater. Number 19. Cinch was the first champion to be designed when Riot was making League of Legends. It's fitting that he's part of the early cast of Wild Rift as well. Garen and Sona are some of the other champions that have been around for over 10 years. Number 20. Ezreal's 3 lets you escape hooks by buffering the stun from the hook with your displacement. If your reflexes are good or your protection skills are amazing, you never need to worry about dodging the hook the boring way. Number 21. Don't forget that your smite heals when you use it on jungle camps. It also gets stronger with spell vamp, so don't be afraid to use it in a close fight if you need to. The healing can surprise a ton of players. 22. When warding, you can ward over some massive walls in the game. The most popular example of this is in the bot lane, where you can ward the river from the brush near the red side turret. Number 23. Just like wards, your flash and blink abilities interact differently with big walls. If you can aim your flash past halfway point of a large area of the terrain, you can flash over that wall. Number 24. Ashe and Tryndamere are married in the lore, as shown in the Queen Ashe and King Tryndamere skin line. They're part of the Avarosan faction in the Freljord, and Tryndamere has proven that he's extremely loyal to Ashe's mission to unite the land. Number 25. Some jungle camps have negative base damage resistance, which means that magic attacks will do extra damage to them. Try to plan how you can clear the jungle based on what you can kill quicker. We're halfway through our list, so I want to take a second to ask you guys to subscribe to our channel if you're enjoying the video. We're trying to keep players informed about Wild Rift with stuff like guides, news updates, and tier lists. Speaking of lists, let's get back to our 50 facts. Number 26. One of our newest champions, Kennen, is a ninja from Ionia, where nature, magic, and human life tries to be in balance. While Kennen and the other Kenku members try to keep balance, there are others like Zed who think otherwise. We don't currently have many Ionian champions in Wild Rift, so we'll have to wait until we get new information about the area. Number 27. You can flash and use an ability to surprise your opponents and give them less time to rank. For example, you can flash and then blitzcrank hug to cover a lot of distance. With some abilities like Jarvan's 1 and 3 combo, you can use the flash during the cast to extend the actual distance and knockup. Number 28. If minions start to run at you while you're in the brush, that means the enemy has vision over you. If there are no enemies nearby, you're sitting inside of a warded bush. Some abilities give temporary vision in the area, like Ashe's Hawkshot, so pay attention to what is revealing you. Number 29. Yasuo's wind wall can block any projectile. But did you know that Lulu's polymorph and Lilia's ultimate have their own projectile? Try not to accidentally use an ability into that wind wall. Number 30. Riot's recent overhaul to items in League of Legends include the addition of the ability Haste. Ability Haste affects the cooldown of your abilities, and it actually has no ceiling, so you can get as much as you want to. No cap. There's no cap on the ability Haste, never mind. The only downside is that the ability Haste has diminishing returns, so be careful if you're building too much. Number 31. Orianna and Camille are from the city of Piltover, where technology and innovation is what runs the city. Both of these champions have been augmented, with very little of their human bodies remaining. Orianna was built by her father as she died, and Camille changed her own body so she could distribute her own form of justice. Number 32. Did you know that Ezreal's ability to use magic comes from the gauntlet on his fist? Number 33. If you want to make any changes to your inventory, like selling an item or switching out a trinket, you'll need to make sure that you're back in base before you can do it. In League, Ornn is the only champion that can build items outside of the Nexus. Number 34. To put into perspective how strong minions are, 3 auto attacks from a caster minion at level 1 is the same damage as an auto attack from a champion. Keep in mind this when you go for an aggressive trade early on. Number 35. If you like to use the teleport boot enchantment, remember that you can always TP to minions, wards, turrets, champions, and even champion-created objects. For example, Jarvan's flag is an object that you can actually teleport to. Number 36. People say that time flows differently in Vandal City, the place where Yordles come from. This is what gives them their light-hearted, childish nature. There's a reason that you don't see a lot of angry Yordles, minus Ziggs. Or is that guy just mad, but in like the crazy way? Number 37. When an enemy is hit by crowd control, you should wait until the end of the duration until you hit both of them with another ability. For example, if someone is stunned by Ashe's ultimate, try to save your Auri charm until the stun is almost over. This will give you the most out of your CC, and it's called CC chaining instead of CC stacking. Number 38. Nami is one of the Marai, a Vestayan tribe from the seas west of Mount Targon. Vestayans are half animal, half human race, with different appearances and cultures based on where they're born. Number 39. When you're trying to siege turrets, make sure that you have a couple of minions nearby. Not only will they tank the turret shots, but if there are no minions nearby, the turret will only take 33% damage. Jin's full stage name is Kata Jin. No one knows his real name or his true identity. We only know that he'll do anything to put on a good performance. Number 41. Even if you aren't last hitting minions, you need to stay in the area where they die. This will make sure that your team isn't missing any experience and gold. Try to make sure that your minions are always being cleared by at least one person, otherwise you'll fall behind. Sona's strongest power chord is from her W, a massive damage down that stacks with exhaust. You can lower the enemy's damage for up to 70% in the late game. Don't forget to auto attack often and don't get sidetracked by all of your low cooldown skills. Number 43. When you're playing Soraka, try to give your Star Call's additional regen effect to your teammates after it's healed you for a little bit. This will make sure that you're getting as much healing off as possible. Number 44. In the upcoming ARAM map, The Howling Abyss, you can play a fast 5-on-5 match that's only in one lane. Your champion is also randomly chosen, so you can get some fun team fighting practice in. 45. If you ever wanted to know Jax's favorite food, he loves eggs, especially from Shurima. Number 46. Demacia uses an anti-magic rock called Petricite to fight against mages and keep them from using their powers. They don't like mages, which is why Lux has to hide her abilities from the city. Number 47. When there's no dragon present, you can actually see what kind of dragon will arrive by looking at the symbol in the pit. This is a great way to plan ahead and decide if you need to fight for the next dragon. I mean, obviously, it's always good to fight for dragon, but sometimes if it might cost you the game, you could probably give up the dragon. Other times, it can be worth trading for Rift Herald. Number 48. Your wards obviously don't last forever, so you should check the duration often and make a plan for getting another one down. When a ward dies, it leaves behind a dust. This dust will slowly disappear, which will tell you how long ago your ward was destroyed. Number 49. When you decide to do Baron, the champion that is tanking Baron will get the Baron's Gaze debuff, making them deal 50% less damage to Baron. You always want your weakest champion tanking to finish as fast as possible, or the person who does the least damage but is also really tanky. Number 50. Yasuo can ult off of any displacement, not just skills classified as knockups. This means every hook in the game, and even knockbacks like Tristana's ultimate. That will wrap up our 50 favorite facts about Wild's Rift. We hope that you enjoyed this video. We did our best to include a little bit of everything. There's so much that's coming to the game, which means there are a lot of champions and events to talk about. Don't forget to answer our question of the day and join our Discord if you're looking for a fresh Wild Rift community. Feel free to play together or just hang out and talk about the game. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as usual, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Peace.